Alright, what's up, boys? So this video, I'm trying a different idea because I noticed in my other two, there's problems with the sound on my end. So you can hear the video, but I'm trying to balance it. So I got a speaker that I'm playing the video from, and you're hearing me from my phone that I'm watching it on. So I want to see how this works. The speaker's over there, so you guys should be able to hear it. And we're just gonna try to make it work for now, bro, because like what else can I do? So we're gonna get into this. This is fighters who refuse to fight and just ran away. Like, that's just crazy to me, bro. Like, if you're in the UFC, bro, you should be ready to fight, uh like, what you guys know about, like, Cody? Cody No Love, Sugar Sean, bro, straight dubs, bro. Anderson Silva, yes sir. Come on, let's get into this, bro.
Qualified for timidity, which means that they just refuse to trade shots and would either run or just lay on the ground, which is banned in MMA, so they lost the fight. I have to ask myself if this style of just
What is
basically
that, bro?
quitting
Like,
the
what are
fight
you?
is better than just straight up quitting and throwing in the towel.
Like, what are you doing?
You technically stay in the fight, but you sure do bring down the excitement and your reputation.
What's that, bro?
Oh my. Please give a like and subscribe down below. And also make sure to turn on those notifications.
And we didn't even start yet, bro. That was just clips, bro.
Let's get started.
That was just clips, bro. I thought that was the shit. We're gonna turn this down a bit.
Let's start out with this fight from UFC 83 back in 2008 when Khalib Starnes was facing off against Nate Quarry. Quarry was the winner in this fight, not because he landed more punches or the strongest punches, but because Starnes didn't fight at all. He just retreated the entire time, basically running away. It turned out that before this fight, Starnes was asked if he wanted to fight Quarry, and he said that he wasn't at his level. So Quarry had to fight somebody else first, which he did and won, and then Starnes was forced to fight him this time around. After that snub, Quarry said that he wanted to end Starnes' career, and he did do it, but not in the way he intended by putting a beating on him, but because the UFC was ashamed by Starnes' lack of action in this fight and they released him, and he never fought in the octagon again. Starnes only threw 53 strikes in this fight and only landed 12. The funniest part was at the end, when Quarry mocked Starnes.
Well, I mean, like, look at him, bro. It's like how I fight in UFC 4, I won't lie. But I've been knocking him out, though, at least.
Being unprotected, he just kept running away.
This is different, though. It's real life, though, bro. You can't just be pushing like that the whole fight, bro. You're not gonna get nowhere, bro. Like, if you even just caught him with something, bro, like, try to catch him slipping when he's charging at you like that, bro. You could use that to your advantage if you're smart with it.
Brother of a UFC champion means a lot of things are expected.
Again, I'm not a pro, but I'm just saying,
younger
like,
brother,
don't
Nick
get offended.
Did not live up to that name.
For real, bro.
He's heard it 3 times. Champion of the world! He fought against Matt Makowski back in 2008, and he actually started the fight wanting to engage and take Makowski down to the ground, as he is a jiu-jitsu specialist. But he was getting hammered with strikes whenever they were standing up, and after failing a submission early in the first round, Makowski really started beating up Serra. In the second round, Serra was completely wiped out and just started retreating and running away, hoping to somehow get Makowski on the ground, but it just never happened. He eventually tried to pull guard, at least I think that's what he was trying to do.
Makowski, the younger fighter, senses it, and he walks away from Nick Serra.
But Makowski just walked back, and Serra took forever to get up. And when he did get up, he just threw himself down
What
again.
the fuck, bro? What are you doing?
And still didn't get up to engage, so he was disqualified.
No shit, bro. I mean, fight the guy, bro. Why aren't you fighting? And now we got an ad, bro. That's great. I love ads. They're my favorite. Get out of my face. Fuck your money, bro.
This was a pretty highly anticipated fight between Manny Pacquiao and Shane Mosley back in 2011. The fight started off normal with Mosley and Pacquiao trading shots, and they were both really into the fight. But in the third round, Mosley was laid out.
Okay, I thought this was UFC. My bad. This is in general. Okay.
This changed everything. I guess Mosley was really surprised by Pacquiao's speed and power that he just stopped fighting. He just started retreating and running, trying to avoid any sort of engagement.
He got him, bro. He
rocked him there. At one point in the later rounds, Mosley begged the trainer to stop the fight, but he refused, saying that Mosley was a different type of fighter and he could get through this.
Settle down, Shane. You cut from a different cloth, baby.
I don't know if he meant that he could get to the end by running away, but either way, he did manage to survive. Mosley did state later that Pacquiao was the hardest hitter he had ever encountered, which says a lot since he fought a ton of great fighters.
Damn. All right, respect. Respect to that, man.
Denis Kanakov was able to beat Abdul Rahman Makaziev in their 2016
why
fight
did
in
Showa
Russia
Alistair
after
over him?
Makaziev seemed to get really exhausted in the second round and was just trying to take the fight to the ground.
Fuck,
Kanakov, though,
man.
is a
I
very
just had
smart
worries,
fighter.
bro. I'm worried, bro. I really hope this audio ain't like shit, bro. Like, oh my god, bro. I'm still gonna upload it because I'm talking and shit, bro. Like, if I was one of them reactors, I was just like, alright. And just did that the whole time, bro. I mean, I wouldn't post it. There's no point because you can't hear it. But, bro, since I'm talking, bro, I'll post it anyway. But I hope that this works. I'm gonna check, like, right after I make this to make sure that the audio is good. And if it's not, I'll probably, like, I'll put some in advance, like, sorry for the fucked up shit. But it'll get better. I promise. But damn, bro, like, that shit's
So
crazy.
he just walked away, forcing his opponent to get back up, which he refused to do so.
He said,
He
nah,
got
bro.
warned
He
and
said,
was
I'm
given a
good.
yellow
I'm
card,
gonna
but
sit
he
right
just
here.
stayed down. The final decision was that Kanakov won because of timidity by his opponent. Makasyev's entire game plan was to get the fight to the ground, but after failing to keep Kanakov on the ground after getting 2 takedowns, he just wore himself out. Plus, he kept getting hit pretty good, even knocked down twice in the first round.
Oh, that's a rip. Fuck.
You can speed through the checkout
Another
line
ad, bro.
with
We just
Google
had
Pay.
one. What are
At
you
the
doing?
register, unlock your phone.
Alright. Alright, we halfway through, boys.
Clay Guida and Gray Maynard had one of the lamest fights ever. Guida decided to fight on the outside since Maynard is a pretty hard-hitting fighter, but he took this a little too far and basically just ran away for most of the fight. He did it so much that he got warned by the
Damn.
ref, Maragliotta, for his timidity. What made this fight even worse was that it was scheduled for 5 rounds, and everybody had to see this joke of a fight for 25 minutes.
That's
In
fucked,
those
bro.
25 minutes,
I'd want my money
they
back.
combined for a total of 101 landed strikes. Apparently, that was the game plan from the beginning, to frustrate Maynard, which they did since he started berating and taunting his opponent, which is something that he just didn't do. Maynard even dropped his hands and allowed Guida to hit him cleanly, but instead of doing that, Guida threw a couple of shots but then went for the takedown.
Why?
In the end, Maynard was the winner via a decision.
Like, what is he doing, bro? Oh, bro. She was, like, pissing me off for some reason,
Daniel
bro.
Aguiar claimed that he got injured during his fight against Sam Toomer back in 2014, where he lost the fight after getting disqualified for timidity.
He fights him to the ground, but
Come back down. The outstanding ref, Mike Beltran, telling him, hey, you gotta do something here. He wants the fight to stay totally on the ground.
Aguiar got kicked a ton of times in the leg, and he said that that's why he couldn't fight. He even went to the ground after a kick and invited Toomer to get down on the ground with him, so they could fight in that style.
What a bitch, bro.
But you would have to be an idiot to do that. Every time Toomer was closing in, instead of Aguiar engaging in trading shots, he would just throw himself onto his back and hope that Toomer would throw out his game plan and just go to the ground.
Why would he,
But
bro?
he didn't, and eventually the ref warned Aguiar a couple of times, but apparently because of his leg injury, he couldn't get up. Aguiar said that in the hospital, he was in so much pain that he needed morphine, which is something that he didn't even take when he got shot during a robbery earlier in his life. Let me know in the comments if you believe this guy.
I don't, bro. I don't, like, at all. To be honest with you, bro.
Canelo Alvarez and Erislandy Lara landed a total of 204 punches during their 12-round fight, where Canelo was able to win by a split decision. The
Okay.
fight was controversial because it was really close in the CompuBox, but mostly everybody would give the fight to Canelo because Lara just ran the entire fight.
Shout out to Patty. You know
That
what
was
I'm
his game
saying?
plan from the beginning, and Lara thought he won the fight, but his showing in this fight is the reason why he will never be a top-paid fighter, because he is a pretty boring fighter. He's a good boxer, but that won't get you the name recognition unless you have a big mouth like Mayweather, who does engage way more than Lara did in this fight. In the end, Canelo said that he didn't come here to run a marathon, and once Lara learned to fight, he would give him a rematch.
Sabíamos que iba a ser así la pelea, ¿no? Presionando íbamos a ganar. No pensamos que que íbamos a ir a un maratón tan largo, pero así fue.
Alright, number 3. Come on, bro.
Ken Shamrock was known as the most dangerous man at one point in his career, so seeing him have this boring ass fight against Dan Severn at UFC 9, where they just kind of dance back and forth with very little action, is kind of sad. You might
Facts,
think
bro.
that they didn't want to fight, but the actual reason was because there was a rule change right before this fight, where the court said that the fighters would have to get warned and fined later if they threw punches, which is absolutely ridiculous. Severn was given the win via split decision in what turned out to be possibly the most boring fight in UFC history.
The wait is over. 5G Google Pixels are here, starting at only $679.
I mean, that's my fault, you
With
know.
new network technology-
I should have that YouTube Premium or whatever the fuck.
This was the fight between Robert Bernayka, who was a bodybuilder, and David Aldoba,
Robert
who was
Bernayka.
making his MMA debut. I'm not criticizing Aldoba
Again, I'm sorry if this audio's fucked, bro. Like, I am, bro.
here because this is the way you have to fight a guy that is much bigger than you. But you had to trade a little more than this. The size difference is enormous, and if Bernayka was able to get a hold of Aldoba, the fight might be over. Also, every time this guy swings his arms, he almost throws Ozdoba to the ground, even if the punch doesn't land. In the end, Ozdoba was warned since he just kept running away, and eventually got disqualified for timidity.
Damn. Alright, number 1, boys. We made it.
The most recent fight that everybody thought was going to bring fireworks was the fight between hard-hitting Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis, but it turned out to be the most boring recent fight in the UFC. Nobody thought that this fight would get out of the first round. Since somebody would get caught, it would be sleeping on the canvas. But instead, it lasted all 3 long, excruciating rounds. And in the end, Lewis had only landed 20 strikes, and Ngannou had only landed 11. Ngannou's excuse for this sad showing was that he was still affected by his grueling defeat against Miocic, while Lewis had an injured back and couldn't do much. They
Alright.
both also got warned by the referee for timidity, but that still didn't change anything. I think they should
Damn.
have stopped the fight and given both of them a loss. Or maybe the fight was just too high.
Alright, shut up. Alright. So, that's it for this video. I hope you boys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more UFC ones. It would be better than this. Probably a knockout compilation or something. Because, I don't know. Definitely not this guy, bro. This guy just kind of, like, he talks too much, bro, to be honest with you. Alright, so that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, which all y'all should be. Yeah, that'll be it. I hope you guys have a good one. Have a blessed day. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.